Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and I am presenting my own Talking Heads on the Talking Heads program on USA Global TV and Radio with E360 TV, as well as Instagram. We're going to be on Instagram as well, which is wonderful. So welcome to you all. For today's topic, we are going to be covering a very required topic during this time and age that we're in right now here on planet Earth. The topic of conversation today is, I am the creator of my own life experience. It's quite a mouthful, isn't it? I am the creator of my own life experience. All right, so in order to explain to you what it's all about, the best way for me to share and express so that you fully have an understanding is for me to relay in a very short way my story. I'm an award-winning singer-songwriter. I have been doing nothing. All my life has been about connecting to my inner voice, my inner power. Whether or not I followed that advice when I was dealing with people, events in the outer world, I tend to follow it as much as I could. But when you meet your karmics as in relationships, could be a friend, could be a family member, it could be even an animal. An animal is karmic as well. And what happens then is out of our control because they are lessons to be learned. And that's why they're called karmics. And that's why it's so strong. The magnetism, it's part of your life to meet that person, experience that event, for you to become the better version of yourself. So going back to myself, I lived on Malta. I was singing in the industry, signed to the labels in the UK before I went to Malta. And then I got exhausted by the industry. I got exhausted by them constantly controlling me and telling me that I found myself saying, I'm a puppet. I've kind of lost my own identity. I have no idea who I am anymore. So an opportunity came along, went onto the island of Malta. That enabled me to have the time and the space. And because it was a lot cheaper financially to rent, state of living, it made sense to go over there. So I then started to do teaching. So instead of focusing on myself as an artist or as a songwriter or as someone, an up-and-coming star or something, teaching made me almost face my fear of learning to be attuned to other people's needs and requirements. That was a lesson for me. And I wasn't taught by anyone. I mean, as a teacher, I had to learn the teaching skills myself through trial and error, through the experience of life. From that, I still had the remnants of party life, you know, when you're going out, drinking, staying up till early hours of the morning. It was still within me because of the industry that I was part of and my life back in the UK at that time before Malta. Because it was still within me, it had to be cleared. It had to be faced. So in 2012, something happened where I connected to this inner power within me. My stronger, higher self came to meet me. You can say my higher I am presence, my higher consciousness came to meet my consciousness. And it descended into me. And it's almost, when I surrendered, it was almost saying, it's time. That's all I could hear. It's time. It's time to journey. It's time to go on your path now. From then, I then went over to Gozo and I spent 5 years there, away from the public eye, just teaching part-time and doing a little bit of studying with the university because I had to keep up studying. That was something new, actually. So I went from being out in the limelight, as they say, partying like crazy, having no consequence, always thinking of myself, to completely away from myself to help, heal, listen, attune, and teach others. But on a part-time basis, because I had to start to work on myself. I had to start working on the inner part of me, my anxiety, my fears, my shadows. So I had 5 years of full-on training. Every day, my routine would be, I would get up, have my breakfast, everything. I would end up doing meditation. I would end up going for long walks. And during meditation, I would connect to God, the Father, Mother, and all that is. And I would start to listen and attune myself to my inner voice. Bear in mind, I did have the training before because I put all my emotions that I experienced throughout my life before this awakening, I put it into my voice. And my voice is my emotion voice. So I was already, can I say, the basics, foundations, where I was already listening to the power of my voice. But as singing, as portraying the emotions in songs and songwriting, the creative voice within me. But the universe and my higher consciousness wanted me. It was necessary for me to go even deeper than the creative inner voice. It was necessary for me to hear my heart voice, the voice that's within the heart center, the voice that's connected to your higher consciousness. So that those 5 years, I was studying and writing notes and notes. I've got like 12 books of notes. And after that, I was then told it's time. Again, I got, it's time. So it was time for me then to leave Malta and now test the waters. For all that I had learned, for the dark shadow of the night, for the whole, and during that, there were still people triggering me outside. So I had to every day start with a clean plate. It was the only way when I was in that 5 years of training. Because I was in training, the life training, I was drawing all kinds of energies to me, people that would just dislike me instantly, purely because they couldn't resonate with the light, a tiny little light that was shining outside of me. But it wasn't powerful. It was just enough. It was those people that were really averted to the light. And they found it really difficult. So they made it difficult for me. Because that's what it is. When you begin to wake up, when you begin to create your own life experience, well, let me share this with you. When you start to go on that path, people think, oh, it's about ego, it's about being the best you can be, it's about competition. No, it isn't. It's far from competition. It's away from competing. It's away from the ego. When you create your own life experience, you have to be careful because you've got to be ready. And you have to be ready to go on this journey. And this journey isn't just about, oh, I feel that injection of love. I feel that vibration pill. Oh, I'm so high. You know, like people when they go on to some spas or go to a guru, go to India or somewhere, anywhere there, and they get so opened up their heart, their chakras are all open. They're just feeling clearing and cleansed. And they're just in sacredness, in sacred space. The minute they come away from there, they go back into the world again. And within a month, maybe even some people are earlier, they get drawn into the outer world. They get drawn into the dramas. They get drawn into magnetizing more karmic. Now, I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with that, because there isn't. Everybody has their own path and their own country, place that they resonate, because it's their heart that's speaking. It's their heart it's their soul, that speaks through the heart, that speaks through the mind has a heart, and it's the higher consciousness. And this higher consciousness speaks through and almost gives you certain signs, synchronicities, that you are called to a certain place, a country, an event, to a person. Your inner world, your inner voice, your heart voice is your inner compass. It's your compass for life. So when I'm saying creator of my own life experience, you are no longer, it's almost, you are in charge, but not in charge as the way that it's already been predestined when people in a 3D limited, where they rely on the outside reality to be the control. You are the creator of your own life experience because it is your inner power. It is your inner voice. It is your inner sacredness. It is your higher consciousness connecting to your consciousness, becoming at a perfect balance. But because it needs to be a perfect balance, there's a lot of things that need to be resolved. And that is why we get triggered. We get triggered because there's certain things, certain fears, anxieties, doubts. Fear comes in all kinds of contexts. But it needs to be cleansed. It needs to be brought up and purified. It needs to be faced. So when you're the creator of your own life experience, you will begin to go on that journey. And on that journey is the awakening, is being aware, is realigning yourself on an energetic level where it's a perfect balance with your inner world, your auric field, your energy, your energetic level, to your outside, your physical embodiment and the outside world. Because everything is energy. Everything is energy at the end of the day. So be creator of your own life experience. You have to know what you want. And if you don't, then you need to train yourself. And you train yourself literally by having time for yourself. Start off, even if it's, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Try 1 minute. Don't even look at your phone. Just try for 1 minute, connected to a beautiful scenery or something that represents to you calmness. And for that 1 minute, just keep on that scenery. Try not to let your mind drift. Almost pretend you're in this frame and nothing else and no one else can come into this frame. It's your frame and you control what's going on in that frame. And all that's required in that frame is for you to be relaxed and just be in that beautiful frame, in that scenery, whether it's a waterfall with fields. I mean, I'm not going to give you pictures of this. This is something that has to, the visualization, what you resonate to of beautiful scenic Mother Nature, that's something that happens within you. It is not for me to say, this is what you have to do. All I say is, yeah, this is what you have to create, but I do not tell you what to create. This is the difference. This is where we're going a little bit off track. Too many people are giving people tools, but at the same time, they're actually painting the picture for them. All we have to do is we give them the easel. We give them the plain piece of paper. We give them the tools. We give them the education, the heart education, the voice education. But it is up to every individual to know what colors they want to use on that picture frame. If they want shadows, if they want bright light, it's up to them. It is not up to us. At the same time, it is not up to us to say, hey, why don't you do this and why don't you do that and why don't you do this and why don't you do that? This closes off someone's creativity unless someone asks you, so I've done this and done this, and I've painted this and I've designed it like this, and I can't in the life of me think what could be, how I can enhance this. Would you do me a favor? Would you have a look at it? Would you take a look at it and see if you can, maybe you get something else from it? Now, they're giving you permission, so that's okay. And more or less, and when you explain what you feel could enhance it, they will embrace it and they will receive it well. But when someone presents you something and doesn't ask you to enhance it or to add some special magic stuff or special things, then it is not your place to add something there, because it is called a creative violation. Ooh, thank you. Oh, wow, where's that come from? Ooh, everyone, this is off script. There's no script here. It is as I receive. I have things that I kind of want to say, but then I have the specialness of the downloads coming through. And that's the beauty of when you're creating your own life experience, because you're open to infinite possibilities and change. So creative violation is when you intervene without being given permission. So the creator of my own life experience, what we have to do is, and it's so difficult, while we're creating, we have to be aware of the low vibrational traits of us as a human conditioned beliefs and system. And that is judgment. We judge ourselves too much. We judge others. We judge others through certain information that's received, which we do not know if that is a fact. So we judge. And then we blame. We blame others for our failures. We blame others for our errors, our mistakes. We seldom blame ourselves. We shouldn't blame at all. So judgment, blame, gossip. Gossip is a big one. It really is. Gossip, when you're not actually involved in the source of that problem. And because you heard from so and so and so and so, it's like Chinese whispers. You pass it on, pass it on, pass it on until it's totally out of context. So when the person on the receives this, it's misunderstood, hasn't been listened well. The power of attention, of listening. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline. Big credit to Dr. Jacqueline for the power of elevated listening. So, sorry, I'm going off track. Yeah. And so because of that, because they didn't listen, there's all misunderstandings. So gossip when you have nothing else to do and you think, I'm gonna meet so and so and I'm gonna gossip. Oh, so and so, so and so. And then when they see that person, they're going, oh, falsy. See where it's all going. So judgment, blame, gossip, criticizing without being given permission. Now, there's constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is when someone asks you to help, to give a hand, to give advice, to bring a solution. So judgment, blame, gossip, criticism. I'm going to think of the last one, and it's gone from my head for some reason. Judgment, blame, gossip, criticism. I think that's it. That's all I can think of at the moment. We spend so much time on our Netflix binging. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but come on, every day or binging all the time. I mean, I've done it. I've got to say, when I was in Malta, I hardly watched TV. I didn't watch TV. I was just always in nature, always. I mean, I watched like a series, a couple of TV series, but hardly like binge watch. I was like in a whole new time frame, a whole new bubble, a bubble of time. I was on a different timeline completely. But when I came to the UK, I have to say, I started Netflix binging, especially during COVID. It was crazy. It was madness. I mean, I still did creativity, but I did a lot of that binging. And I don't think, and it's it's okay in small doses. Well, everything needs to be a balance. So Netflix binging, what it does, it stifles creativity. So being a creator of your own life experience, you have to learn to be a perfect balance. So having time, number one, yourself, having that sacred time with yourself and with Mother Nature, walks or exercising or what you feel is a meditation state for you. Some people just don't have to go in meditative state. Could be that you're walking and you're in meditative state. Could be that you're exercising and you're so channeled, nothing else is interfering because you are in this meditative state, this focused, and that's meditation as well. So you need to have this. Then what is also helpful is lists. Make a list. Make a list of everything and everyone in every moment. Trace back memories that you're grateful for. List everyone. It's highly enjoyable. It will lift your spirits. It will lift your vibration. And this is a big one. The list of forgiveness. This is a tough one. It really is. In fact, the lesson of forgiveness is a very big timeline that we're all caught up in that web of deceit concerning forgiveness. It doesn't matter if you say to someone, oh, I forgive you. If you have not set the intention to forgive, then that person won't believe the art of forgiveness because you have not connected to their heart, to their energy, because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is a vibration. Some is lower, some higher vibration. But if you set your intention and you are not setting a good intention and you're just saying, oh, I forgive you. Because we're in 2024 now, it is the year of masks falling off. So when you're creating your own life experience, just be very careful that you are truthful in truth to anything that you're going through. No matter, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, but sometimes you have to. Your own truth. You don't have to tell somebody else's truth. It's up to them to tell their truth. It's not your call to tell someone else's truth. You're here for you. You're here to heal yourself, heal others, and then heal the world, heal the collective. The creator of your own life experience is you come away from the ego self of survival and competition, and you start to resonate on the collective. And the collective is the humanity collective consciousness. You start to do things, you start to hear things, you start to work on certain projects. And when you're creating your own life experience, as well as you going through the dark night of the soul and triggers, there's also a beautiful side of it. I mean, it's all beautiful. It's all wonderful. But the most exciting part is once you started to work through your shadows, your doubts, the dark night of the soul, and start to listen to your inner promptings, your inner voice, and start to work on your creative heart projects, you start to magnetize towards you people, places, events that are on your vibration, that resonate on that vibration. And the people that resonate on that vibration are soulmates, soul tribe. Soul tribe are people that really have good intentions for you to do well in this life, and know that you're specially gifted, and that your gift is going to bring some change, just like their gift is going to bring change. There is no way there is competition. If there is, that's something that needs to be resolved within them. Whew, we've covered a lot, haven't we? So what I would say is, being the creator of your own life experience is a divine calling. The master path of love is not an easy one. And it's not, because we're all working our way back to love, working our way back to us being a creative, divine being, part of the collective, connected to the universe, God the Father, Mother, and all that is. Because Earth is changing, we are changing. We're in this, and we need to change. And therefore, once we begin to go on our journey, we will get all the help that's required. We will get all the help, synchronicities and signs. You'll get the angels helping you. You will get all the help and guidance. And most of all, you will attract your soul tribe, people that are there for you, soul mates, star soul cousins, star soul cousins, people that are not in your tribe, but they're just as close, meaning they're not there to harm you. They're there to congratulate you, to bring you up, because it's in their heart, and they're coming from the heart. And that's what it means. And that's why when you're on this journey and you meet people that there's karmics. The karmics are the ones that will trigger you and test you, and are coming from an ego basis, because they volunteered to be that person in your life, to give you that lesson so that you would receive it, become the best that you can be. So the creator of your own life experience is an exciting divine journey. It's challenging, it's rewarding. You're going to be able to be manifesting all that you desire and require. But remember, before you even start to do this, you have to do a lot of cleanup, a lot of cleansing. And myself, Dr. Madalene Chan, and Dr. Jacqueline, we can help you. We can help you with the tools. We can give you the easel. We can give you the plain piece of paper, the platform, with the power of elevated listening courses that we have on USA Global TV /education. And there is where you will learn to transcend, not to be triggered, to understand about trends, to go through your life and connect. And then also the power of your voice and the heart voice, which is about the guidance of your voice. So I want to say thank you so much. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. I've so much enjoyed. I am the creator of my own life experience. You are the creator of your own life experience. I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening, USA Global TV and radio listeners, E360 TV listeners, and of course, hello, Instagram. Okay, much love. See you next week. Bye.